Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Saturday night live stream. There's a lot of stuff on the table this week, so we'll start off by saying what's up to Jesse Michael and Rod Garage Every Day. I did subscribe to Rod Garage Every Day's YouTube channel last week, and I got some kind of weird message from you, Rod. I don't know what that was, but anyways, on the table right here we have an Olympia beer. And this particular beer, I believe, was from right around 1960. Now, the reason that I say that, we'll take a close look at the can. Brewed and filled by Olympia Brewing Company, Olympia, Washington. It's a pale export type. And then we have like the horseshoe. This is good luck on there. That's kind of cool. And their slogan here, it's the water. I'll explain a little bit more about that here in a second. The purity and solvent properties of our famous artisan water enable us to attain perfection in the art of brewing, it says. And this is a net contents 12 fluid ounces. And this is an all aluminum can. It is rather bloated. I don't know if you guys can see that. It doesn't even set up right without, as you can see, that's actually supposed to be recessed, not poking out. But what's interesting about this can to me, you guys see this, this has a seam on it right here. Now, after 1962, from what I can tell, all the cans that they used and produced didn't have a seam like this. And this isn't an all-aluminum can, which started in 1957. So 1957, they started using aluminum cans to can beer in, which solved the problem with having to have a lining in the cans. Before that, the steel cans were lined with things like wax, like paraffin wax. They were lined with actual porcelain. Pretty extreme linings that they had on beer containers, whether it be they had what I would call a can bottle. It's called a cone top can, but it's a can that has basically a bottle top, and the reason that they done that is so they could use the bottle lids on cans. So, just your typical, bottle cap was on cans, and those were called cone tops. Now, this can it's got a little bit of damage on it. Now I gotta thank GabRilla. You guys go check out Gabe's channel. Me and him done some Mothman videos there about, I think he posted those roughly about a year ago now, I would say. I'm going to guess that's about how long ago. Looks like we got about 24 folks in here so far. We got 9 thumbs up. If you guys enjoy the live streams at all, hit that thumbs up. Let Google know what you're thinking. Well, that would be helpful because Google doesn't like me. Google doesn't like me or my channel, I think, is what the case is. Now, before I move on to talking a little bit more about the Olympia beer and a little bit more about the backstory of the company, I have a pack of new Bright. Well, these are new. Sorry. These are Bright 100s. As you can see, this is a very interesting 12-pack, which is quite odd to get a 12-pack like this. I believe this was probably a promotional pack. I don't think these were most likely purchased in a 12-pack like this. Where does it say 12 at? I know it says it on here somewhere. Oh, yeah. There we go. Complimentary, not for sale. All applicable sales taxes are paid by the manufacturer. And here we go. 12 Class A cigarettes. And you can see the design of this package right here. Oh, hey. Quit it. The design of this package right here. I believe they changed the design of the Bright 100s a little bit after around 1983 or 1984. A little bit of loose tobacco in there. That's no big deal. I don't see any holes or anything in here, which is a good sign. Anytime you see a hole, one of the little weevil holes on a pack of cigarettes, I can 99% guarantee you that those weevils have went in there and eaten the tobacco and the paper in the cigarettes. And that's not a good thing. They're basically no good after that. But this pack right here looks to be in good shape. Now, Saltycroccollectibles, like I mentioned, sent these. There's a link to his store. I was just bidding on some stuff that he had. I ended up taking my son to the grocery store yesterday. It was yesterday. And missed out on a couple auctions that he had going on there. These might be 1981s. That's what I'm going to guess that the 81 is there. Store coupon for a free pack when you buy one. 85s or 100s. So they must have called their shorter ones 85s. Can't stay long, but hope. Can't stay long, but hope all. Stay hungry, my friends. What? Can't stay long. I'm not reading that wrong, but thank you for the super chat, History Savior. My man. You guys got to go check out History Savior's channel, too. There's a link to him right at the top of my description, along with a link to Salty Croc Collectibles right at the top of my description. And there's a link to GabRilla also down in my description. That's the only way you guys are going to be able to find channels. I'm not going to be able to refer you to clicking on anyone who's in the chat anymore, because unfortunately that does not work anymore, which quite frankly sucks. I don't know why YouTube took that away. That was very useful. A fresh new taste experience. Outshines menthol and leaves you with a clean, fresh taste. These might be some sort of a menthol, I guess. It says that it outshines mint. This might be like some kind of mint and leaves you with a clean, fresh taste. So maybe it's not. Maybe it is menthol. I don't know. Let's see. Right there we got R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Oh, don't lose focus there now. Easy, girl. There we go. Just a second, cat. There's your Surgeon General warnings, which that'll give you a implication of a date range, which is still going to put it right around the 82, 83 range, I think. So, I'm going to have one of those with the Olympia Beer. Now, all right, hang on. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Now, where was I at? The Olympia Beer. Olympia Beer. That was actually started in, it's called Tumwater, Washington, and it's near Olympia. It was founded in 1896 by a German immigrant called Leopold Schmidt, is his name. It was bought by G. Hellman Brewing Company in 1983. But, yeah, they went through a series of different people purchasing them and consolidating them into their companies. Finally purchased by Pabst Brewing Company in 1999. And then it was closed in 2003. But, as you can see, it says right there on it, this is their slogan for many, 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 many years. It says, "It's the water." And if you look, the company, let me pull up a picture of the actual brewing company, because it's really cool. Hopefully I can convey this on camera here for you guys. But you can kind of see the water right here, and it goes up. And they're using this stream and this water right here. And they were open every day from 9 until 4:30 p.m. or from 8 o'clock to 4:30 p.m. to guests. They would let people come in and take tours of the brewery, and they would give away free samples and things like that to the people that came and checked it out. Now, they started by the Leopold Schmidt started by building a series of different buildings around. He built like a 5-story brew building, and then he built a 1-story ice house right on the creek that they basically ended up building their brewery around this creek. And Then they started. It was 19. Let me see. It was 1902 when what was I can't remember the guy's name. Hang on. Look at my notes here. The guy's name was Frank Kinney, and he was the company's secretary. Whenever he came in 1902, he actually gave them the slogan and came up with the slogan, "It's the water," and made that their major selling point for this particular beer. Now, as you guys can see, this is a pull tab beer, and let's see, I think they stopped doing these right here in 1964. They changed it up a little bit. Uh-oh. Rachel Sunshine, COVID-19 survivor. I got caught up watching your shows in the hospital. Well, hey, well, thank you so much for that insane super chat, and thank you for surviving COVID. I believe I'm also a survivor. I never got tested, went to the hospital, or anything like that, but I did come home from New York City with a pretty nasty. I don't know what I would call. I missed a live stream for a week because of it, and to briefly tell you guys why I think I had it, uh, because basically I had all the symptoms. Did like a 10-day flu, pretty intense fever and flu symptoms for 10 days, and then after that 10 days, I didn't have any smell or taste for about, I don't know, it was about 3 to 4 weeks. You guys know because I was talking about it on the live streams. I'm eating food and I can't taste anything on live streams, you know. So, yeah, I'm pretty daggone sure I had it. And also, over the past 2 weeks, it's just now, like literally today is probably the best day I've had in 2 weeks. I haven't been able to catch my breath. Uh, been having a really hard time taking a deep breath, and the only way I've really been able to do that and take a deep breath and catch my breath is to kind of start yawning. Like, you know how you can kind of force yourself to yawn? That's what I've had to do to get myself to take a deep breath. And it has been driving me absolutely bat crap crazy. After so long of not being able to take a deep breath, I mean, it definitely gets on your nerves. But I want to say a huge thank you, and definitely glad you made it through the COVID, to Rachel Sunshine. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Well, we have another super chat from A Tucci. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. A Tucci. And I have no idea what that even means, actually. CHF, $2, two units of some kind. Peter, or Port, which is delicious, down in my description, guys. Go check him out. Had an awesome Polish ration for him over the last 2 live streams. But he says COVID question mark, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I probably had it. If I was to go and get tested to see if I have the antibodies now, I would say that I have them, most likely. But a lot more people have been exposed to it and had it or have carried it than you would ever dream. Lots and lots of people have had it by this point. After I saw the studies that UCLA put out, and I think it might have been Stanford did a study as well. A lot more people have been affected by it than you would think. Oh, here we go. DW about my name, bruv. Big love from Switzerland. Well, thank you so much. Don't worry about my name. I hope I got it right. I probably didn't, I would say. And I see that Fireman Food has made it to a live stream. My man. How you doing, Fireman Food? I know your YouTube name is different now and it's gone, which unfortunately YouTube must have been messing. I don't know what the whole story is to that, but I do know how YouTube is, and I know how they've done me over the past years. So, Smokey, I'll do my first video in the summer because I go camping, and we'll do an MRE review. Well, you know, Rod, I assume that you're probably into vehicles, judging by your name. You could probably get into just about anything, man. Yeah, if I was to sit here and tell you guys my whole YouTube debacle story since 2016, It was actually late 2016, early 2017 when I started having, I would call them major issues with YouTube. I don't want to go through that whole thing. I've done that in a live stream one time, and I deleted the live stream because it's just stuff it's all negative, and it's nothing nobody wants to hear. Nobody wants to hear all that crap. It's just, you know, it's just all negative stuff, and it's stuff that's no good. So it'll be fun to open up a pull tab. I haven't opened up a can like this in a while. I think the last one I opened up like this was probably on the show. I don't even know if I opened that one. Josh might have opened that one. I can't remember. That's huh. But these pull tabs they're quite interesting because they're basically a weapon. That thing right there is going to be razor sharp once I pull it off of there. It's before the technology that we have now of just simply opening the can and leaving the tab inside, which this is a tab and that is also part of the tab. So the tab from the mouthpiece and then the finger pull. So this is kind of like a, you know, it's a ring pull. And there's three different types of ring pulls. There's one called a zipper, and this is not the zipper type. The zipper type is a little skinnier and longer. And this one, I can't remember what this one's called right off the top of my head. But yeah. Anyways, Olympia Brewing Company, or Olympia Beer, which they were eventually called Olympia Brewing Company, they made it through Prohibition. And to make it through Prohibition, you had to be doing something right. I'm just going to say, after all the research that I've done through the years, a lot of companies shut down during Prohibition. And that was because they couldn't figure out a way to, you know, they didn't make near beer, or they didn't make a product, or they didn't have a sustainable business. They didn't have a business that they could put on hold while, you know, the country was in Prohibition for so many years. So for Olympia Brewing Company to have made it through that, they were doing something right. Now, this is a 60. I would say this is a 1960. That's judging from everything that I can do. There's a faint stamp on the bottom here. I can't really tell. I think it goes like that. I don't know. Pretty sure. But again, from the research that I've done, it's definitely no later than 62. But I'm pretty sure it's before that even. JW Speaker says, I've been to Olympia Brewery in Olympia, Washington. Wow, really? That's awesome. When were you there, JW? If I may ask. Because I'm pretty sure that place ain't been around for a minute, unless they kept the building open as a cool tourist attraction. He had no born on date. Now, you know, people think that they started doing that born on date, the Budweiser thing, back in like, I think it was like the 90s. They made that like a big deal. Oh yeah, the only beer with a born on date. That is total bullcrap. There were tons of beers that put dates, basically born on dates, on their beers long before that. And when I say tons, I mean tons. Like all kinds of beers put dates on their beers before that. And they're also, now here's another little interesting tidbit of information about beer in general, and just, you know, we're talking about beer, not alcohol in general. But beer, they will put a best by date on it, which is it'll be anywhere from 9 months to 2 years. And anyone who has done any research into this will tell you that beer can last long past its best by date depending on storage conditions, just about like anything else that's canned or packaged for long-term storage, or for for long-term use, which I would consider beer to be stored, you know, canned for long-term. Anything that's canned for 2 years, that's a long time. 2 years is a long time. So anybody who knows about it will tell you that beer can last long past its best by date. Now, the best by date for this went by probably back in 1963 at the earliest. This one in particular is, what would that put this? What, 47, 57? Let's see, what is that? that would be 57 years past its best by date. And again, this thing is definitely bulging, not only on the top, but also on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can tell. It was ice cold whenever we started this live stream. So I'm going to move these out of the way here a little bit. And I'm going to get one of those out before I open this. Again, Saltycroccollectibles, or Vince, as a lot of us in the community know him as. Slide him out of this little protective box. Alright. Now, I'm a little bit afraid that this thing's going to make a mess. And I'm a lot afraid that this thing's going to be super duper chunky. JW Speaker says, yeah, it's perfect, isn't it? Laugh out loud. Let me go back and see if I can find what JW's response was to how long ago it was that he was at the brewery. And by the way, Miss Marilyn is wonderful, just so you guys know. You guys go check out Ann and Alan. She makes some amazing gooey butter cakes. And they also sell coffee and stuff like that too. You'll be able to find that if you go Google Ann and Alan. I think it's baking company or just bakery. Ann and Alan. Let's see here. I don't see the response. Wait, there. Wait, no. Yep. He was there 2 years ago. 2 years ago. So, is Olympia Brewing Company still making beer? Or is it just the building that's open for, and you can take tours and maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a local brewery now? From the information I could find, that they closed it down. As far as it being actually Olympia Beer. Easy Money says, you can see the brewery from the freeway. Been to Budweiser up in Columbus, Ohio. And my father-in-law worked in Budweiser up there for a long time. And then Coors, when we went out to Colorado, that was a cool one. These don't have a smell so far. No smell at all. I can't believe you're smoking, Smokey. Can't get one puff in my lungs. Yeah, but I'm like 2 months out. I had this, let's see, it started for me like March, wait a minute, March. Yeah, March 5th, I think, is when I first got sick. It was the day that I got sick was the day that they started shutting New York City down, which was the day after I flew home from New York. The day I flew home from New York, everything was still pretty normal. The day after I flew home from New York is whenever they started, like, the shutdown process, and it went on for like a 4 or 5 day. You know, they were implementing different shutdown things over a 4 or 5 day period, because everybody who edits the TV show Eating History were all working there in New York City, and they were conveying to me like what was going on and how crazy the city was getting. So yeah. Alright, let's see what we got here. Try to open these to where I can keep a nice flap on the top still. Okay. And these are most likely almost 40 years. Well, they'd be 30, 36, 37 years old. There's a good look inside. Tap one out of there. A lot of loose tobacco. Alright, so that's the first one coming out. That one's going to get flipped over. Oh no, that one's broke. No. That one's not broke. I'm going to have to get another one out. I will repair that broken one, though. Don't you worry. Cigarette repair man. Okay, there's a good one. This is the lucky one. Put it back in there, like so. Flap down. Flap down, flap down. Can't even hardly tell they've been opened, can you? Boom. Alright. Some loose tobacco come out of there. It's a little bit slower going here on the live stream, obviously. Oh no! Boy, these are dry. I'm just gonna go ahead and repair it now. May as well, since it just broke on me like that. Roll the tobacco out of this filtered end here to where it's empty, like so. Take this end and pinch it around like this. And we will there we go. Good as new. Good as new. Looks like Mickey's taking off. Well, Mickey Joe, dude, see you later. You guys go check out Mickey Joe's channel. I don't know if I say that enough, but definitely do that. Gotta say, over the last 2 weeks, I've had some insanely good food here on the live streams. So, I'm going to go ahead and light up this bad boy. This is most likely 83. Yep, menthol. And it's not wanting to light. That is a very light menthol. Very light. A little bit hard to drag. Ah. Fireman's Food says my favorite old smokes was the Chesterfields I sent him. It's hard to beat a Chesterfield, I gotta say, man. Those were good smokes, and I think the ones I sent you were from 1957, most likely. I think that's the only Chesterfields I have, or at that time that I had. I do have some 1968, 69 Chesterfields at the moment. Chesterfield King non-filters. You know what? That's not bad. Usually I can't stand a menthol, and this almost doesn't taste like a menthol. I mean, it has a little bit of that menthol flavor, but it's getting easier to hit as I go along. Now I better get this brew opened up. Oh man, I gotta say, I'm not looking forward to this one at all. I'm a little bit nervous. The World's Fair beer, I was pretty stoked to try that one. I ain't gonna lie. This one though, I don't know. It's bloated. Now, the World's Fair beer that I had last week, this one right here, was not good to begin with. Everyone who had this beer knew. And I screwed up last week on the live stream, and I said that 6,000 cases had been sold. I meant to say 6 million cases. Over 6 million cases had been sold. I used to ride the school bus with a kid who rolled his own cigarettes, but he rolled them with moist snuff instead of cigarette tobacco. That is super weird. He said if that kid's still alive, it's a miracle. I would have to agree. That's pretty odd, to say the least. I have a feeling that this is going to be, this is probably going to make a mess. Let me lay this down right here. Maybe to help them to splash back a little bit. I don't care if those get beer on them. Alright, here we go. Try to open with my left hand so you guys can see. Let some air out of this thing first. Ooh. Oh, there it goes. No. Oh, man. Oh. Now, it's going to be hard to chug this one, too, because that's a small hole. But there's your pull tab. Straighten it out a little bit. There it is. This is for your liver. DW, about my name. Oh, okay, you changed it to don't worry about my name. That's awesome, man. Thank you for that super chat. I love these old pull tabs. These are cool. But yeah, these are literally like a razor blade. I will open that MRE with this instead of using the peelable seal here in a minute. Okay, so what bubbled off the top doesn't look too bad. Very thick gauge aluminum. Much thicker than what we have now. And it's definitely got a head on it in there, as you can see. It's wide open, and I'm letting that cigarette burn up here. I've burned up about a third of it, just talking. It's still burning, though. Alright. Let me get situated here. I'm going to flip the camera around. Whew, goodness gracious. Here we go. I should do a giveaway of the pull tab. Okay. Alright, here we go. Yep. Man, oh man, I'm not looking forward to this at all. What is that? Ooh. Oh, it smells fruity. Not in a good way, though. Focus. Here we go. Oh, that's bad. Oh. Oh, it's really bad. Oh. That helps a little bit. Oh. Oh. Oh, it tastes awful. Oh. Oh. It's not carbonated like last week's. And it tastes like... tastes like... It's got this really aromatic caramel, but it's like sour. Like sour milk. One more swig left. Oh, I don't want to do this. I know the chunks are in here. Oldsmokey gonna beast mode on the beer. Oh, thank you for the super chat, my dude. Focus. Here we go. Cheers, guys. I probably shouldn't look at it. Oh, this is sitting weird on my stomach too. Oh, oh, that's ugh. Oh, oh. Oh, oh man. Oh, such a different type of. That's such a different type of beer from last week. Because last week's is so fresh in my mind. Uh, oh my goodness. Okay, now I will say, over my what 16 years of being of the drinking age, I've had some pretty skunky beers, especially when I was younger. I've drank beer that we found floating down the river before that was warm, and who knows how long and where it came from. Whew. Wow, that hit my stomach like a ton of bricks. Oh, oh, that tasted really bad. Excuse me, guys. Oh, I've had some really skunky, nasty beer before. And if I was to judge this beer on whether it has held up over time, I would say no. No. This is not as it was intended. Oh. And it's chunky. Much chunkier than last week's. So our theory on what that is, I've talked to Gabe. Gabe has drank tons of these old beers before. Tons of old drinks in general. Oh, Miss Marilyn says super chat that I missed. I'm scrolling back up, Miss Marilyn. Thank you for that. I think I did. I got Dub C's, if that's who you're talking. Yeah, I got Dub. Was there someone before Dub that I didn't get? You guys go check out Dub C's channel. I can't tell you to click on his name, but just search up Dub C, MRE, and you will find him. Nope, I got that super chat, Miss Marilyn. Oh, Alessandro Schaff, my friend, dared me to donate $2. Enjoy. Well, thank you. Thank you to you and your friend for daring you to do that. You can hear how much thicker that can is. Hear that? I don't know if you here. Listen. Hear the difference in the cans? Very different. And then with that seam right there. Yes, thank you for the super chat for sure. There's a little bit of just solidified chunks in there. But I was talking about our theory as to what happens and what these chunks come from. And it could most likely, you smell the beer?
It's something.
Oh, it's probably this. My son just walked in the living room here, and he says he can smell the beer. He's, that's not true, dude. Don't listen to him. He's a fool. Wait a minute, what? I don't know who we're talking about. Wait, what? My friend, wait. Don't worry about my name says that's not true, dude. Don't listen to him. Who are we talking about here? I'm confused now. Thank you for that super chat. But we think that it's most likely proteins that build up from the hops or the. I honestly, we're not 100% sure. Whew. Don't you dare call me a fool. What is going on here? This is awesome. That's funny. Thank you for that super chat, Alessandro Schaff. I believe I said that correctly. Schaff. Alessandro Schaff, and then don't worry about my name up there. You guys are crazy. All right, let me get rid of this this brew, and let's get into some 20. Let's see, how old would this be? This should be a 96. Should be, I think. We'll open it with that beer tab. Let's see, 0616. That's 20. It should be 24 years old. Coming up on 25. 24-year-old food. Let's see if it's any good. I do have a 2014 sausage hash browns on standby, just in case. Now, these things right here are literal weapons. I think this side's sharper. It's basically like a razor blade. Fred Thorne, you deserve it then. Thank you so much, my friend. Fred coming through with the super chat. There you go. I'd almost be afraid to send that to somebody. They'd cut themselves. Because look how nice of a cut that made. I mean, that's literally like a razor blade. Yeah, Fred, thank you so much for that super chat, my dude. Alright, we're starting off with some beef stew. Let's see what the date is on this bad boy. Oh, no. That's a 3. So that means this is an 03. Oh, no. No. You know what this is? I know what this is. I'll tell you guys what this is. This is from Hurricane Katrina. This is a MRE that K-Man brought with him to the meetup that we just previously had back in, I think it was July. Kaylin, you guys check out Kaylin's... oh, nope, I got the super chat, Kaylin. You guys check out Kaylin's channel. Her link is in my description as well. Yep, that's exactly what this is. This is from... What is this? Oh, vanilla dairy shake powder from 2003. What in the... This thing is that full with powder. And it's that thick with powder. That is a crazy amount of powder. Fortified with calcium and vitamin D. Yeah, I thought for sure that this came out of my 1996 case, and I was wrong. This is definitely from 2003. But the reason that I said, oh no, and the reason I think that that's a bad thing is because K-Man said that these are some of the worst stored MREs that he's ever had. Now, is it still edible? I don't know. Maybe? There's your partially biodegradable MRE spoon. Man, this makes me nervous. This one, I don't know about this one. There's some apple jelly that is very liquidy. Thanks, but no thanks, K-Man. What K-Man? Is K-Man in the chat? Hey, Sticky Fingers is here. Yep. Come on, is MRE Info in here talking about this? MRE Info, my dude? Nope, he is not. But I think that's where this came from. And I set this aside out, I guess, a long time ago to keep it as a keepsake from the meetup. And I was just going to put this beef stew up. I was going to write on a piece of tape from the MRE meetup and Hurricane Katrina from K-Man, stick that on there, and I never got around to putting the piece of tape on there. And then I got tricked myself into thinking this was from 1996. Cookies with pan-coated chocolate discs. So we got some M&M cookies here from Sterling Foods, or just Sterling. Oh, looky there. Made with M&M's brand mini baking bits. M&M's is a trademark used with permission. Huh. Feels like there's 2 cookies in there. Okay. Well, they melt in your mouth, not in your hands, so. Here's our flameless ration heater. Looks just fine. There's G. Schultz. And I don't think I texted G. Schultz about the live stream. Daggone it. Usually I don't forget that. Okay, that's everything out of the bag. And here we have our accessory packet with some really dark half a bottle of Tabasco and crackers. This is a very, very small meal. Is that really all that's in here? What the heck? That can't be right. There's no side. So we got crackers, Let's see, what's calories on here? 180 calories. We got, oh my gosh, 470 calories in this vanilla dairy shake. That is insane. Non-fat dry milk, non-dairy creamer, partially hydrogenated soybean oil, maltodextrins, sodium caseinate, milk derivative, dipotassium, phosphate, polysorbent 60, and monoglycerides, monoglycerides, sugar, whey, modified food starch, calcium. I'm trying to read this through the screen. Caseinate, cellulose gum, xanthan gum, carrageenan. Oh, there's some awesome ingredients up in here. Red 40's in here. Yellow 5 is in here, which causes kidney stones for sure, because I got kidney stones from drinking Mountain Dew back when I was younger. Okay, so this thing's 470 calories. This is why we don't get a side in here, or is this thing missing the side? So we got 230 there, so that makes an even 700 right there. 880. 880 plus 70, so that would put us at 950 plus the crackers, which were 180. What did I just say? 950. Yeah, 1130, and then plus this accessory packet. It's looking pretty rough. I feel like I probably shouldn't eat this. Slice this bad boy with the dangerous pop or beer tab there. Yep, my gut's feeling pretty weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's feeling a little strange here. Okay, the taster's choice actually feels okay. We got our matches with red tips there. Strike on back. Good old D.D. Bean and Sons. Iodized salt. U.S. issued butt ration. Xanthan gum equals possum poo. There's your toilet paper or U.S. issued butt ration. There's your non-dairy creamer made by the Giannis brothers. Some yellow to gum. It was actually stuck together until I just done that. Moist towelette, still airtight. 4 grams of good old Domino sugar. Been there for the military for years. And then we have a really good looking bottle of Tabasco. Super dark and half evaporated. If you guys want a good comparison of what good Tabasco looks like, or fresh Tabasco looks like, there you go. This is actually from 2011 right here that Dub C sent. This is one Dub C sent in that I poured out of a retort little Tabasco pouch. But I can guarantee you right now that this Tabasco right here is going to be 4 to 5 times hotter than, and this is the darkest I've ever had. Right here, you can see I mean, there's a little bit left in the bottom of that. This stuff right here is the the hottest Tabasco I've ever had. Oldsmokey, for your next live stream, can you drink a Coca-Cola from the 60s? If I had one, I would, but I do not have a Coke from the 60s. The oldest Coke I have, I might have one from the late 80s. I think I have one from 87. But yeah, I mean, I'd prefer to drink a pop or a soda versus a beer any day. Anyway, any day. Any day, anyway. Whew. All right. Let's get the beef stew out. Get the tray out. Let's get this thing going, and let's see. I guess we're going to find out if this is still edible. I'm having a feeling that it's not going to be, but we'll find out. I tried 2 different HDR menus, and both were nasty. Yeah, not that it went bad. Just that they were nasty. Yeah. Well, the HDR menus are definitely more of an acquired taste, or they're meant to be bland as well, and they're meant to be universal so that anybody can eat them. So there's no meat in them. They have to be completely halal. Um, yeah, they're a strange duck. They are. All right, let's take a look here. All right, Mrs. Trucker's listening, but doing her nails. All right, there's some delamination going on this. I can hear it. I don't know if you got. Can you guys hear it? Yeah. It's pretty soft there on the bottom. I'm going to go throw it in some hot water and let it boil for about 7 minutes. Hard boil. Be right back. Oh. I'll tell you guys what. Jostling that 60-year-old beer around in my gut. It's not doing me any favors. Holy cow. Yikes. I have a feeling that vanilla dairy shake's going to be a treat as well. 470 calories. I mean, come on. There's my cool tray with the number 25 stamped in it. Came off the USS Cascade that my neighbor's grandpa actually helped decommission that ship, and these were actually going to get scrapped and sent to the scrapyard. And he saved them. Having troubles catching my breath again. Cookies, crackers. We'll check out this coffee. Boom. Let's see if the moist towelette's still wet. It is. These days you gotta disinfect your fingers. Yeah, you guys should check out that study that was done about how many people have actually had or carried COVID at this point. Let me get to the super chats real quick. Miss Rachel Sunshine is the only one that's came through in the chat that confirmed 100% that she's had it. I mean, I'm pretty sure I had it. You guys can judge yourself whether I'll tell you what happened. I can't say for sure because I didn't go get tested. And the reason, I'll tell you guys another reason I didn't is because when I came home, there were 0 cases in West Virginia. 0. And it was that way for like 2 weeks after I got home. That's one reason. Another reason is they made a report, I heard, that there was like 47 tests to go around for the whole state. And I didn't feel like I was dying, so I didn't feel like it was important for me to go get tested versus someone who could have the severe side symptoms of it that might actually be dying from it. And I felt like they could use the test much more than what I could. So I did not go get tested for that reason. That's one of the reasons, I should say. There were multiple, as I just told you guys. There was a few different reasons. But I've caught flack over not going to getting tested from a few people. But I had my reasons, and I just shared a couple with you guys. I think I did the right thing. There was nothing they would have done for me anyways. And I'll tell you another reason I didn't go. This just popped in my mind, but I also heard they'd done a study. There was information out early on that said that you would only test positive for about the first week, and by the time I felt like getting out of bed and could have went and got tested, I was almost 2 weeks in anyway. So yeah. All right, let's get started mixing up this stuff. Here, let's check out these cookies first. I'm curious to see what they look like. Okay, well, they don't look bad. Still relatively intact. There we go, that one's about half. Here's the other half of it. And they do have name brand M&Ms in them. So it says. I'll give that little chunk there a try. Okay, it's not stale. Quite crunchy. That is a Timothy, I think you mean that is a shame they didn't test you. Cherie, pure negligence. Probably meant a shame. I'm still on O2 therapy from that. Sherry says. All right, let's see if the taster's choice is held up. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I haven't seen Steve around in the comments of the live stream, and well, it's probably going on about a year now. I don't know, say at least 8 months. It'd be easy to go back and check the chats, but it's been a long time since he's been around. Oh yeah, that's a nice specimen. Look at this. Oh yeah. Focus. That is definitely mold. 100%. Dry moldy as could be. Well, I guess I will sacrifice another coffee that Salty sent me here. Good old Salty coming. Saltycroccollectibles or Vince coming to the rescue yet again. I think I threw in, yeah, look, there's the Polish coffee. There we go. Good old Type 2 there, which is the newer type of coffee they started putting in 2017 again. There we go. Alright, let's take a look at this non-dairy creamer. Should be okay, but oh yeah, she's delaminating. Looks fine to me. It's going in the coffee. Might give me a little bit of a bellyache, but I doubt it. Non-dairy being the key ingredient there. We got our little tiny 4-pack or 4-gram pack of sugar here. And some hot water. Should have put 6, put about 8. That's probably a full cup right there. I need to start using my little East German cup right there. That'll prevent me from overfilling. That little cup only holds about 6 ounces. Oh, got my German mess kit down here too. The West German that Karsten sent me. And it's about time to go get the beef stew out so it doesn't taste like metal. If it's any good. Anyway. Set this coffee over here. It should be good to go. Make sure it's not wet on the bottom. It's not. Try not to screw up my bottom board here, so I don't have to go down the road and buy more of them. Let's see if we can get us a little hiss out of these crackers. I don't see a tear notch on these crackers, and they're barely sealed in there right here. As you can see, that little wrinkle right there, if it went all the way to the edge, that would have prevented these from vacuum sealing. I'm surprised there's no tear notches on these. There's literally no tear notch. There we go. Oh, yeah. That was a good one. Nice little vacuum release on these. Let's see if I can get them to come out of there. There we go. Came out in one piece. Look at that. Nice. So this food is nowhere near as old as I thought it was. I thought it was going to be 13 years older than what it is. I don't really know what to mix this up in. Let's see. It says to add the water to the pouch, fold the top over, firmly holding the top of the pouch, shake 60 seconds, consume promptly within 1 hour. Or what? Will this stuff kill you if you don't drink it within an hour? Makes me curious. There's so much powder in here, guys. I'd like to show you guys. Whoa, brace yourself, Smokey. Well, thank you, Dan. I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm probably going to have a long night in the restroom tonight. It's going to be what that's probably what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? Check this out. I do have a big cup sitting here. Great big, humongous beer mug. You know what, though? I might have an even bigger cup right here. Which one do you think's bigger, guys? The Bob Ross one? Which, look how much bigger around it is. The Bob Ross mug or this one? I mean, this one's smaller, but it's also got a thick bottom with the glass there. I don't know. I don't know which one would be a better chance of. Probably the clear one. I think it's probably a slightly bigger. As soon as I get this powder dumped out in here, I'm going to go grab the main. It's probably already been in there too long. Okay, that smells really weird. It smells like flour and like dried corn syrup. When I said there was a lot of powder in this, guys, look at that. That is literally half a cup. And this cup is huge. Look at that cup compared to my coffee cup. It's humongous. Excuse me. I don't know. Maybe I should shake it up in the pouch. What do you guys think? You think I should do it in the pouch and then dump it out? By the way, Dan, thank you again for that super chat from all the way over there in Australia, mate. Alright, I'm dumping the powder back out into the bag here. It's a crazy amount of powder. Now, I'm going to go grab the beef stew real quick. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Definitely not a good sign coming out of the water there. know if you guys can see it, but the whole thing seems to have pretty much delaminated. You guys hear that? I'm going to set it off to the side here to cool down while we mess with this vanilla dairy shake. There we go. It says that it takes 6 ounces, which is a quarter of a canteen cup full, but I'm definitely not only going to use 6 ounces. And that's why I think maybe I'd be better off mixing it up in the cup, but I can always add more later in the cup and do more mixing in the cup. So, let's see here. We'll go with the 6 that they recommend. Maybe. Okay, there we go. Let's see if I can manage to get this dairy shake mixed up in the bag. Yikes. Oh boy. I can already tell you this is going to be a challenge. Yeah. Let's fold the edges over. Fold that over. Fold that over. Fold it over again. Ah, come on. Alright. It's not wanting to mix in this bag. Kind of had a feeling that was going to be the case. It's going in the cup, and I'm just going to mix it in the cup. Got a mess to clean up underneath the cup. Oh. A little water to rinse this out. Actually, I'll fold it over and shake it a little bit. Alright. Yep, this is making me all sticky. Now it says you got to consume this within an hour. Wonder why that is. Alright, I don't think I have any loose TP, so here we go with some good old-fashioned U.S. issued butt ration to make some cleanup here. Yep, stain my board up nice. I had a feeling that this just wasn't going to work out well. That's why I started off with the cup. I should have just stuck with my instinct there. Yep, it's all over my hands. Nice and nasty. Why I opened another spoon, I don't know, when I got 10 open right here and clean. There we go. My goodness, that is so thick. If I'd have put like 3 ounces less of water in this, it would have been like pudding. And I would have to say that is not a joke. It's getting more water to thin it out. Now it's probably got, I would say, basically double the recommended amount of water. Recommended amount of water was 6 ounces. I probably put 12 in it by this point. Plus the amount of powder that was there, you're ending up with like a 22 ounce, 24 ounce drink here. It's very thick still. Very thick. Get a good spin on it with my right hand. With the yellow 5 and red 40 in there. That stuff tastes weird. Very weird. Tastes like plastic. That's just me licking it off the spoon, but still. Tastes a lot like plastic. Coffee real quick, because I hadn't done that yet. Probably didn't need it. Can't believe this didn't come with a side. I'm still a little freaked out about that. It's not normal. Alright, we're going to take a look at this 2003, so this would be 17-year-old a beef stew. A little bit of the dairy shake there. Alright, and it's upside down, of course. It's very, very hot. Very delaminated. I don't know how to convey it other than the sound. But when things like this start delaminating, it's a bad sign. It's like it's their last layer of protection against the outside world. And you can see, literally, you can see the delamination right there. Look at that. It's not supposed to do that. Well, it smells okay. It looks good. Looks like dog food, which beef stew always looks like dog food. If you get your dogs good food, like this here. Wow. Just steamed up half the tray by squeezing this bag. I'm not squeezing any more out of that. It's empty. Empty enough for me. Oh, I do not envision myself finishing this beef stew main, but I could be wrong. Look at that beef. I mean, that's impressive right there. They don't make beef stew like this anymore. The beef that's in it now is pressed and formed into cubes. And that, my friends, is just real chunks of beef. Shredded beef right there. That is awesome. I'm going to try the beef first. I'm going all in. If I have to, I'll spit it out. But here we go. Down the hatch. Okay. Pretty metallic. I think that's probably my fault for boiling it too long. Texture's good. The flavor, its taste slightly old. It also has a slight bitterness to it, which is an indication right before things go completely bad. They start having this bitter, basically like a bitter aftertaste. I've experienced this more times than I can count with old dishes like this, and this one is probably just right on the verge of being not edible anymore. But as it stands right now, I think this is probably like barely edible. Let's see what the potatoes taste like. Now the potatoes have a great texture to them. That gravy isn't bad. I'm not well, never mind. I am picking up a lot of that metallic flavor in there. Again, that's probably my fault for boiling it too long, and also from sitting in the package in heat, outside in heat, because I know these were stored improperly. Kit Kat, you were very correct. It does look like wet dog food. There's probably not a whole lot of difference between wet dog food beef stew and this, to be quite honest. There might be some slight differences in preservatives and slight difference in ingredients, but all in all, it's going to be very similar. I'm not mad at that. I think it could potentially be bad. I mean, it's right on. It's literally right on the verge. It's right on the questionable area. I think it needs some of this. This is probably the second hottest bottle of hot sauce I've ever picked out of a ration. When it reduces down like this and evaporates and gets really dark like this, it gets really hot. And this, like I said, this is probably the second hottest bottle I've ever came across. So I'm kind of interested to find out just how hot it is. Woo! Better shake that up. Okay. Nope, that didn't help. Yikes. I can speak enough Spanish to get a point across, but not carry on a conversation in Espanol. What year is this MRE Karsten? It's a 2003. I started out thinking it was going to be a 96, and it ended up being an 03. But a very poorly stored 2003. K-Man can tell you more about how these were stored and where they came from. Oh, whoa. Big old clump of that just came out of there. That nice little Tabasco plug that these get. Alright. Let's see. There's a lot of Tabasco on this bite right here. You can see it. It's all over the chunk of beef right there. Whoa. Wow. Instant throat burn. Ah! Ow. That's really hot. Almost instant heartburn, too. Oh. Whew. Yep, I have heartburn now. And my face is on fire. Ugh. Try a chunk of one of these crackers here. Just try the cracker on its own. Well, those even taste old. Yeah, this one's definitely at the very end of its edible life. Probably a good thing I'm trying to eat it right now. Hopefully it doesn't make me spend the rest of the night in the restroom. It's very possible. This mixed with the 60-year-old beer definitely making my stomach feel weird. Nothing traumatic or nothing major yet. Peter or Piort or Delicious Says it could be explosive. It could be an explosive night. Yeah. I'm very aware. I'm hyper aware of that. I've had a few of those before. The worst one I ever had was a Chicken a la King IMP that I had on this live stream. On a live stream, I should say. Boy, I really messed up my board. Look at this. All that's really messed up. It's from tonight. But yeah, the worst I ever had was Chicken a la King 2013 that I had here on the live stream. Before I even finished the live stream, I had to stop the live stream and just kind of take off and run to the bathroom. It was bad. Still got some residual heat in my mouth from that Tabasco. If you can get past the metallic flavor, it's okay. It's not great. Okay. Now I'm starting to get a weird coating in my mouth. Hang on. I don't know if that's coming from this or what. Or if it's coming from the crackers. Yeah, anybody who was at the meetup remembers the cases, or the case of 2003 MREs that K-Man brought from Hurricane Katrina down in New Orleans. That's where these came from. And I guess they were very poorly stored. Yep. It's giving me a weird mouthfeel. Like giving me a greasy coating in my mouth. Nothing too bad. The metallic taste is definitely prevalent, but it's not overpowering. It's got a nice beef flavor. I'm ready to move on to some apple jelly, I think. And one more bite. I guess I left the live stream running last week and didn't know it. Ugh, yeah, my throat's feeling weird. I think it's from the Tabasco, though. Good night, John. Old John from Kentucky, Multi Magnum. Alright, let's get this open. Whew. Wow. Let's see what this apple jelly's looking like. Oh. Oh, yeah. I thought it was runny. Runny and dark. And weirdly bitter. Get some actual jelly out of there. There we go. And some actual jelly on it this time. Well, even that tastes weird. Like the jelly started to solidify and dry out, where it's, I guess, where it's separated. I even did knead it some before. Huh. Yep, I'm not impressed with that at all. Wash it down with a little bit of this. Let me give that another stir here. Clean my spoon off real good. Okay. Get this bad boy cleaned off so I can stick it back in the... Don't do that, kitty. Okay. Here we go. Oh, wow. That is so thick. It had a heck of a head on it, too. I think this is well out of the range of the salmonella that kind of made its rounds in the dairy shakes. All right, here we go. Oh, that tastes horrible. It tastes like soy. It tastes like kind of like it tastes like a grain. It tastes like kind of like wheat powder or something. It kind of does remind me of like formula, where maybe where it's fortified with vitamin C. I don't know. Ugh. Yep, that's the worst thing I've tasted so far. That is not good. Not good at all. I'm gonna go for the pan-coated chocolate disc cookie, or M&M cookie. Let's see how this is. Pretty hard. That's not horrible. But earlier I said it didn't seem stale. Now I'm not so sure. It might be a little stale. The flavor is good though. It's just extremely hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard. Harder than it's supposed to be. Those cookies are always hard anyway. But that one, it's harder than what it should be. Wash it down with some coffee. Oh man, that hit the spot. But that's fresh coffee. 2017. Since Karsten's here, I'm going to break out some cookies that he sent me here. Some Keks and cream. And have one of these with the coffee here. This has to be better than the cookie that was provided with this meal. It sucks there was no side. There we go, a little broken. They're all broken, but there's the chocolate cream inside. This side doesn't look as good as the other side. I'm giving it a smell. Ooh, very chocolatey smelling. It smells very rich. Give it a cross section here. Yeah, that actually looks pretty daggone good. It's pretty soft cream there. You can see it stuck to my, well, maybe it'll focus. Stuck to my finger. Alright, let's give it a try here. Wow. I was expecting this to be way too rich because all that chocolate. But quite honestly, it's really mild. It's not overpowering with the chocolate. It gives it a really nice, like, cool, creamy, chocolatey feel to the center. And the cookies are really nice and crisp. Wow. These are really good. Kind of a buttery, um, savory type of cookie. Or biscuit. I'm not sure which they would call this a biscuit. I'd call this a cookie. It tastes like a cookie. Hmm. Yeah, that's really good. It's going to go well with the coffee. Mm. I don't know if Dan from Australia is still watching, but I want to throw out a special thanks to Dan, or Crazy Cat Head. Ain't that his name? Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure that's his. Anyway, that lives over in Australia. He sent me a box a while back. The CR1M was busted in it. Um, we had it on a live stream here. He sent some really awesome cookies and stuff. But I just wanted to say a special thanks to him, man. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. He's been a super nice dude on this channel. Really great guy to have in the comments on the live streams and stuff. Awesome, awesome, man. Dan is the man from Australia. Hmm. Big fan of Vegemite, huh? Yuck. Vegemite, it's an acquired taste. I can eat it, but it's not that good. I've tried it on buttered toast and everything. Just straight up a yeast extract. Tastes a lot like yeast. Salty yeast. Alright, it is time for a smoke, guys. Whew. My belly is feeling weird. There we go. I still have one of those stashed away, so I should have 9 of those left. Enough to get me through a couple more months before I got to open up the last can of smokes that I have. I've got to find another can. Not that I have to have a can of smokes. I could open up an old pack. Did just open up an old pack. I guess I could. These could be live stream smokes as well. From Salty. Here's the lighter K-Man sent me. Will it light again? Yep, there it is. It's getting very low on fuel. The Canadian beef jerky is the worst. Smitty might be offended, though. The new Canadian beef jerky in the 2019s is not bad, Sticky. The 2018, though, the 2018 stuff, it was the same as always. But the 2019 stuff is much better. Oh, this is my 1989 or 90 keg of Camels here. This was a 60 count can. Down to the last, there's 8 in here, and I got one that I got in my little humidor that I took to New York. So, I've got one in there. Cyanide cookies. You are correct, Miss Kaylin. I don't know why I was thinking of Crazy Cat Head. Crazy Cat Head. I ain't seen Crazy Cat Head in a minute. Wow, I can't believe I mixed those two up. It was the C's, though. Crazy Cat Head and Cyanide cookies. The C's and C's. Crazy Cat Head. 2 C's and Cyanide cookies. They both capitalize the C's. Next week, I'm thinking I might do a sirloin steak that Maddog sent in. that might be what next week's live stream will be about. I don't know yet for sure. Saltycroccollectibles sent me a box of stuff whenever I couldn't taste or smell anything, and I put it off trying anything out of that box because I don't remember if these were in there or not. I think they were. But I put trying that stuff off because I couldn't taste or smell anything. But he sent me some B units. He sent me a can of chicken noodle. It was the Nest. It's not freeze dried. I think it's just dehydrated, or it might be freeze dried. In a can, it's got the plastic lid on it. But I'm pretty sure that it's probably not any good because that can's bloated pretty bad. So I took a pretty good look at it today. But it'd be interesting to open it up and take a look at it and see if it's worth even preparing. And if it is, prepare it and maybe give it a try. That, and then like I said, he sent some B units. Make a pretty cool thumbnail out of it. That way you guys can know beforehand. But I'm thinking that sirloin steak that Maddog sent, and Dub C sent me the corned beef hash from Minotaur Trading Company, which is Black Dog Bob's company. I don't know what they got going on over there on the website. I'm pretty sure you probably there's probably still a discount code for OS10, Oldsmokey. That stands for Oldsmokey 10, where you get 10% off. I know he's having troubles getting supplies because the government has bought them all up for the pandemic. Bought all the emergency food up to give it away, I guess. I don't know why they bought it all up, really, but be interested in bacon jam. Bacon jam. What is that, like bacon grease? That you spread on toast? Smokey said, you the man, Dan. Is Dan still around here? Cyanide Cookies, is he still popping up in here? Let me see. See a Landel. James. Oh, there he is. I was in my kitchen making coffee and heard my name. What did I do? Nothing, man. I was trying to throw out a thank you and I called you Crazy Cat Head for some reason. I don't know why I did that, but it's Cyanide Cookies. I always call you Dan, though. And I think that's why I kind of forget your YouTube name a lot. Because you're Dan to me. I added the skillets. Added the skillets. What? I only had one Canadian jerky, and it was hard but still edible. Yeah, you know, Kaylin just talking about that Canadian jerky, and up until 2018, that stuff was almost insufferable. It was so hard. I mean, it is edible. Don't get me wrong, it's edible, but you got to work on it, which maybe was the point. I don't know. But 2019, they did make some pretty substantial improvements to the jerky, and now I wouldn't complain about it. I think it's fine. I mean, it could be a little softer still, but then I think you get into the moisture content being too high, and it would probably not hold up as long. So it'll be interesting to see how this jerky holds up 10 to 15 years from now. If there's even people still crazy enough to be eating old rations 10 to 15 years from now. I don't see our hobby or our interest going anywhere, but you never know. Times change and the world might change and something crazy might happen. So, but it would be interesting to see what that jerky will look like. I'll send it, buddy, when I'm not contagious anymore. Okay, I'm probably good as far as the contagion wise goes because I don't think I can get it anymore. I'm pretty sure I probably already had it, but better safe than sorry, probably. The jerky in the Norwegian rations is crap, Karsten says. Yeah, the best jerky, in my personal opinion, it's maybe not the best. It's one of the bests. I've had so many different, but the British biltong is pretty daggone good. I gotta say, that's pretty good jerky. That's like a really expensive type of jerky anyway. And the only reason I remember that is because I remember seeing it on Duck Dynasty years ago when he ordered that box of jerky, and him and Chase were arguing about it in like the main office of the building. Yeah, I don't know, man. Look at all the, like, liquid that has drained off of that. You guys, I don't know if you can't see it. I think I'm gonna get you guys in there so you can see what's going on with that beef stew there, because it's kind of weird. It's like water, or oil, or something is drained off of it. Hold on, watch your eyeballs. The microphone's caught. See that? What in the world? I was going to finish this too. I don't know if I'm going to now. Yeah, I'm not going to complain, but it's not weird. Might be that stupid shake though. This thing started to separate. It was like a solid layer from there up. Look at this. See how thick that is? So it sticks to the side. Ugh. It does. It smells like baby formula. It's just like I don't know. It's definitely got a bunch of grain or something up in there. Ugh. Wonder what the bottom of that tray looks like. You're not going to find out right now. I'm not tipping the tray over. That's not going to happen. If that's what you mean. What? Asking what the bottom of the tray looks like? Wonder what the bottom of the tray looks like. I think I know. I assume you're talking about that. Yeah. It's definitely got some weird separation going on there. The gravy is like the water separated out of it. Because I know it had water in it. It shouldn't separate out like that though. It's a lot of it right there too. And all down here. Yeah, I was going to finish that. Whew! 63 degrees Fahrenheit during the day and 30 during the night here in Poland. That's about what it's been here too. Very similar weather to what we're having here. It gets between 60. Well, it just depends on the day. It could be between 50 and 70. Today it was raining all day. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday it was raining all day. We had storms on and off. It didn't get too warm yesterday, and then at night it's getting down pretty cold. Yeah, it's watery beef sauce, I guess. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it shouldn't separate out like that. Not that bad. I don't know. Let's see what it tastes like cold. Just a piece of beef. Potato. Alright. Why not? Yeah, it tastes about the same. Oh. Definitely feel oddly bloated. Sticky fingers. If I was you, I'd be outside watching the skies all the time. By the time I'm not in quarantine, it'll be summer. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I've pretty much been doing that to myself as well. Staying away from everybody. James says 500 calories to go. Probably, I don't know if you mean the whole tray, but this thing right here was almost 500 calories on its own. There's no way I'm drinking that thing. Ugh. Look at it. Almost feel like I could dip it out of there and play with it like Play-Doh. Oh, I don't know. This will cleanse the old palate. Karsten, if you're still on here, buddy, those were really good, man. I didn't think I'd like them as much as I do, because usually I don't like a chocolate cream like that, because usually it's just too rich. But that's really nice. It's really mild, not too sweet. Really crunchy cookies or biscuits, whatever you want to call them. The crunchiness is actually almost like a novelty. It's so airy and crunchy. It's got a really nice buttery flavor to it too. Might try to peel one apart just so I can try the cookie on its own. Oh, there we go. Just the cookie. Oh yeah. Oh, those are really good. They remind me of something I've had before. I don't know what. Smokey's gonna have swamp gas later after the beer and the shake. Look at that thing. There's like something coming up in the middle of it right there. Some kind of chunk of something. It's right there. It's hard to see. It's there though. I don't know what that is. Whew. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go rest my belly. I'm gonna finish this coffee off, and I'll probably go ahead and eat that apple jelly and crackers just because I don't want to waste it. Been playing something after Corona, CT? What? I know CT said he was starting a new job. What are you starting? What's the new job, CT? Are you not going to be a CT anymore? Canadian trucker? This border closure is horrible. Peter says or Delicious, I should say, from Poland. Alright, guys. Well, I guess I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to probably eat a little bit more of this, what I can. Definitely, probably not going to, I don't know. I might eat some more of that. I don't know. We'll see. Might finish a little more of the beef stew. Definitely going to eat at least the rest of that cracker with some apple jelly. Finish my coffee. Maybe a little bit more of that super hard cookie. But guys, thank you guys for coming to another Saturday Night live stream. I might try to pick one up the middle of this week, sometime, just kind of as an extra, just to do something different. I hope you don't get sick, Smokey. Take care of yourself. Yeah, me too, dude. I hope this is not one of those meals that I regret, like that chicken a la king IMP I had before. I seen Sticky Fingers posted a review of a chicken a la king IMP and questions whether it's the worst IMP ever made. Well, it's the worst IMP I've ever had because of what it done to me. I don't know how good it would have been fresh, but it definitely really did a number on me where it was heat stressed. And then Salty Crock with the bright smokes, the bright 100s tonight. That was awesome. Getting to try those. They were actually pretty good. Oh. Yep, definitely feeling a little weird. But yeah, man, if you guys would be interested in a midweek live stream, I'm going to be working on some editing. Got new thumb drives to switch over. Hopefully, I can get all my music and my my banner, my logo, and everything switched over from my old computer, because I don't know how else to get it switched over, because I can't email those images or anything because their original images that were made on the computer. I mean, I could take like a screenshot of it, but it wouldn't be the same. It would be different. But hopefully I can get everything switched over this week. And I might try to do like maybe even a Wednesday live stream. No, it wouldn't be Wednesday. Well, maybe I do the Wednesday after show with Josh, the eating history after show. So we might, I might do like maybe a Tuesday or a Thursday. I might even do it Wednesday. I don't know. We'll see. Probably be Tuesday or Thursday though. Might try it a little bit earlier in the day. Maybe that'd be better for folks. I know a lot of folks are home right now, so it might not be a thing to worry about. So, oh yeah, I keep holding my stomach here. Yikes. But all right, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out and you know watching me do this crazy stuff and have that insanely old beer and stuff. And I thought this was going to be older. I swear I thought this was a 1996. It would have been in better shape had it came out of my 1996 box, I'm not going to lie. And I want to say a huge thanks to my patrons as well. Thank you guys for sticking around and sticking in there. I super appreciate you guys. And that's it. I guess really now all I got left to do is say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next live stream. Later. Want to eat that or not? Yeah. I don't know. Oh. My stomach is gurgling. Mm. jelly. Still sucks. Ugh. Nope. Ew. That's actually pretty good. Oh, come on. Runny ass jelly. Oh. Oh. Oh.